Welcome to our live stream of high school sports. Please note that this broadcast is produced by an independent team of sports enthusiasts, and the views, opinions, and commentary expressed are solely those of the commentators and not representative of the schools, teams, or athletes featured. While we strive for accuracy, occasional errors or misstatements may occur. This stream is intended for entertainment and educational purposes only. Thank you for joining us and enjoy the show.
Yeah, come on, let's go. Hey, you ain't never seen nothing like this. Ain't no telling how it might get. It's the hypest right here. High school sports at its finest. So many highlights, you have to rewind it. Hey, Stream City, let me just remind ya. The heart of a lion, a team full of fighters. So many stars on the field, it'll blind ya. They're giving everything they got till the time's up. Yeah, legends in the making, history is made. We just getting started, you ain't seen a thing. YSN, gotta know the name. They gon' bring the flames, they gon' do their thing. Take it to another level, don't hold back. High school, got a passion and we show that. Got the drive and you know they got the heart. Number one spot for your high school sports. Let's go for the win. Hey.
And welcome in everybody to a Monday episode of YSN Live. It is February 9th, 2026. The only one you're going to get. So let's make it the best one that we possibly can. I'm Anthony Arbig, DJ Oakley, dealing with a few technical bugs on his end. He'll be popping in very soon once those get figured out. But we have a great Monday show for you and a great week planned for you because we have guests I think every day this week, if I'm not mistaken. So we have a great week and a great day for you here on YSN Live. And we start today by a special guest with Kylie Ramsey from Western Reserve, the newest member of the Blue Devils 1,000-point crew. And that was happening on Friday, Hoops at Noon. I mean, you can't ask for a better moment, right? It's Hoops at Noon, got everyone there in the student body, and you also have Kylie Ramsey needing just 1 point going into that day to get 1,000, and she hits a three-pointer in the first quarter to get that milestone, get the moment. It was an amazing moment. Western Reserve goes all out when they have players in a milestone. The poster they make, the celebration they have. DJ, you were there. You can kind of attribute to it. Western Reserve really does go over the top and all out when one of their kids hits a milestone.
It was electric. I mean, am I good now?
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Okay. All right. It was awesome. It was electric. Kylie, well-deserving. I tried to give as much respect to the call as I possibly could, knowing that it started 4 years ago and it concluded on basically, hey, I respect Western Reserve a heck of a lot. I respect Dallas Saunders so much. Any other day, if that was not planned, probably a snow day. Probably a day that they go, take day off. But it's a special day in Western Reserve history, very special day. And what I love about those games is you have like the kindergartners, the first graders that are there, and you got parents on. I was surrounded by the parents, the few that were invited because of because they understood the gym was going to fill up very quickly, as it did. But what I can tell you is I know that, and we're going to talk to Kylie about this. It was a situation where like everybody wanted it right out of the gate. They wanted it to just, blow the top off that place and then go back to normal. Kylie did everything possible. And you could tell as she was going, she was getting frustrated it was right there. It just would not go in. And then the magic moment that she steps back for three, tosses it up, and just nothing but net. Absolutely beautiful. A beautiful moment. I'm sure she'll remember for the rest of her life because she was surrounded by her teammates, her friends, her classmates, her family, and the future of the Western Reserve program, which was awesome. But hey, congratulations. Both teams did incredible. Lauren Church from Bristol, by the way.
Yeah. I had them at Louisville, one of the first games of the season, and I was really impressed with her then, and I'm more impressed with her watching your game on Friday.
They had the black and gold, so it was kind of like watching Caitlin Clark a little bit, shooting from the logos. It was impressive to say the least. And I will tell you this, whoever gets Western Reserve, I know we had the draw yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah. Brackets should be out today on the website. OHSA usually takes a minute to update their site, so it should be probably out this afternoon on the website for the public to see the brackets.
Good luck to anybody who crosses Western Reserve.
Mm.
Good luck. They have so many incredible players, and you and I talked about it. I mean, they should have a nice long postseason run here.
Yeah, they're known for long postseason runs. They've been to countless regional tournaments. So Steve Miller knows how to get them that far, and they have the tools in the toolbox to get them that far too.
Love it. I can't wait. I mean, to see Quincy shoots from anywhere on the floor and is the most unselfish star player I've ever seen in my life. So it's going to be fun to see. Obviously, Kylie's incredible and so much fun to watch. But they have post game too. You know, they have nice inside basketball that they play, and they rotate very well. They move the ball, they swing the ball, and they present problems. And I think that, you know, in talking to Kylie, as we're going to talk to her in a couple minutes, you know, I think they're just scraping the surface on what they can be. And that's a dangerous sentiment to be putting forward. So I'm excited.
D7 looks really good in our neck of the woods because you're going to get, I think, 3 brackets, 3 districts in that region for our district, for the Northeast District. And you got Maplewood, Western Reserve, Warren, JFK, all in D7. Probably going to get 3 different brackets, probably 3 different teams in the top seed there. So that's going to be a fun one. That's going to be a fun D7.
Well, Aunt, I know she's waiting backstage in the middle of a school day, so let's not keep her waiting anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, this time we bring in the newest member of the 1,000-point barrier, the 1,000-point club. There's no Letterman jackets allowed, just the work that you've done in your rear view and everything great that stands in the windshield. Ladies and gentlemen, from Western Reserve, senior Kylie Ramsey. What's up, Miss Queen Ramsey, should we say?
Oh. Whatever you guys prefer to call me.
Welcome to the club, Kylie. When you think about I mean, we talked about it a little bit on Friday, but when you think about now that you've had a couple days to really sit and let it kind of marinate, what does the 1,000-point club, especially at Western Reserve, mean to you?
You know, it's fun to be a part of a club that not many get to be a part of. After letting it sit in for a few days, I'm definitely excited to be a part of it. It's going around the school today and getting a congratulations from all the teachers and students definitely is very fun. And then I went to a little party with my parents this weekend, and all my parents' friends were there, and everyone was congratulating me, and they all saw it on social media. So it was definitely an amazing moment.
Obviously, when players have that moment, they can't always plan when it happens. But for you, when it happened was almost scripted. I mean, it was a game at noon. The whole student body was there. It was a raucous gym. What was it like for you that it all fell right there where you could have it not just at home, but also a Hoops at Noon day with that kind of atmosphere?
Well, so I originally thought I was actually going to hit it at Columbiana last Saturday. And I remember running down the court and someone said, you need a 3. And me and my parents had briefly had a conversation earlier in the season about my 1,000. I even had a conversation with Coach Miller about coming up on my 1,000, but I didn't want to know, and they didn't tell me. So when I got done with the Columbiana game, they were like, you're 1 point away. And I was a little bit upset because I was at a point where it was so stressful. I kind of just wanted to get it done. And because I knew we had Ridge coming up, and Columbiana was a big game for us. So I kind of just wanted to get the 1,000 points, but him holding me back from getting it at Columbiana and getting it in front of the whole school was something I'm actually very grateful for, because that was an amazing moment that I'll never forget.
When you think about kind of when the actual moment happened, you hit that 3 and immediately your teammates come running off the bench. Your coach came running off the bench, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
He already had the jersey that was, presented to you in the crowd. The whispers before the game, they were quietly passing out 1,000 point banners. I mean, your parents were sitting right in front of me, I believe. So it's one of those things where you knew it was manifesting. You knew it was coming for you when it actually happened. Did you take just a second to look around and see kind of all the support, all the excitement that was and accumulated over the last 4 years?
Yeah, it was. I tried to turn around and just act, chill about it. And as soon as I turned around, I saw hundreds of papers that said 1,000 on it, and there was banners flying up and streamers and everything. And I look behind me and there's all the kids with like papers, and even when I was playing, I saw number threes on people's faces, and some of the people had like Ramsey papers. So when I turned around, my body just like went out of shock, and I just jumped on my teammates and stuff.
When you score 1,000 points, you start to think about all the points you've scored over the years and how much each one of them kind of means to you. Is there a shot or a bucket that kind of sticks out to you in your career that is like core memory made?
That's a lot of buckets.
I know.
Yeah.
There was a free throw back in 2020.
I'm sure you've hit a couple of game winners or a big shot down the stretch of games that you remember.
I would honestly, it's weird. The first shot that came to mind was when we played Ridge in December, and I hit the and-one shot.
Yeah.
They like smacked me on the wrist, and it was a horrible shot, but it went in, and just like the crowd, I think like any and-one I've gotten is just like something that brings back to me.
When you think now, moving forward, right now that's behind you. You wanted it behind you. It was stressful for you. What's the goals now? I mean, everything changes. Not that it wasn't before, to team oriented. The draw was yesterday. You figure out the path moving forward with coach and your teammates. For you to go out the way that you want to go out your senior year, what does that consist of, and how do you do that?
I would say our first thing is getting another district championship. Me and Quincy already, the seniors actually as a whole, already have 2 under their belt. I mean, we won one my freshman year, made it my sophomore year, and lost in the district championship in Grand Valley, and then won one last year in Mineral Ridge again. So I would definitely say first thing is getting another district championship. And then after that, I've been to regionals 2 times, and we've lost at the same exact spot both times. So I would definitely say winning the first game of regionals. And I think after how the bracket went yesterday, I think, there's a few really good teams in there, but I think we have a really good chance at making it pretty far and almost even to the state level if, things go our way and we play our best game.
Kylie, you're a part of a senior group that has been so good in their years of playing, and you kind of replaced a really good senior group as well when you were younger. You were like the next stage of this program. What has it been like over your career sustaining the excellence of Western Reserve that seniors of the past kind of placed there, and making sure the bar doesn't lower and you raise the bar every year for this program?
Yeah, I think Miller's a huge thing to do with that. He always makes sure that, there'll be a graduating class that's absolutely amazing that comes through here, but he has younger players to step up and, attempt to fill the shoes. And my freshman year playing with Brooke Shantz and my sophomore year playing with Olivia Hughes, those 2 graduating groups were absolutely amazing. They had a few girls that come through that were definitely, great players. And I think me and Quincy playing with them and having the regional run our freshman year, I think that's been the biggest blessing in disguise, because we were adapted to playing with like those girls at such a young age. So me and Quincy kind of took on the role of being like leaders.
So now the next question has to be, who do you pass the baton to? Who should we start looking at and start saying, this is the next wave of the Steve Miller basketball academy at Western Reserve?
I would definitely say the freshman class in particular. I would say Bailey Sin. She's young, but she's such a confident player, and she's a pretty smart player for as young as she is. And I think the potential that she holds is kind of scary, because her and that freshman class alone, especially with Harper Darney and the 2 Kale twins and just some of the other freshmen, they definitely could strike a lot. They could do a lot of damage in their next 3 years here.
You talked about the lessons you learned from the seniors that were there when you were younger. What are some lessons that you hope to imply onto your younger players now? What do you hope that they remember about being your teammate?
I talked to Bailey a lot about it, that, she's a freshman and sometimes she gets upset with herself, but the way when I was a freshman, I played kind of like the garbage role. I was the defensive person, and you play the stuff that not many people see and get the credit for. And I think a lot of our younger girls are in that position now. So I would just say keep working, because your time's going to come, and just the impact that putting work in when no one sees that's such a huge impact, because I think Bailey is so far ahead of other freshmen, not even just in our league, but in the area, because, every time I was in the gym, she was right there next to me doing just as much work.
And now you sit here as an all-knowing 18-year-old senior, right? What are some of the things, the great lessons that basketball has taught you about life along the way?
I think just patience, I think that's a huge one, and just how basketball has developed me not only as an athlete but as an individual as well. I think with the friendships and stuff I've learned on and off the court, that's just the impact I've had on it. I'm really grateful to get to play like under Coach Miller's wing and with the girls that I have played with because they've just taught me so much more about basketball and just being a better person overall.
I think people watch the things that you're able to do on the court and think that it comes easy to you, and it feels like you almost woke up able to do those things. But obviously, you've put a lot of work into what you're able to do, and you've driven yourself to that point. What keeps you driven? What keeps you working hard in this sport? What are some of the things that kind of make you motivated every day to put the work in?
Honestly, I would just say my teammates, to be honest, because every year we come into something new and we never really have like a limit. And it's been really nice this season because I feel like something's just different. I feel like our ceiling has not been reached yet. I feel like we have so much to do. With also being a part of Coach Miller's success, I think reaching regionals and winning districts early on just shows the expectation. So I think just to keep working shows that we can even get even farther in, the tournament and that.
Now you turn the page. Now you're on to, well, you don't turn the page yet. You're still playing basketball. But when you turn that page, what are the things waiting for you on the other side? Are you going to keep trying to play hoops? Is it you hanging up the sneakers? Are you looking to really dive into your career? What are some of the things that are keeping you motivated, keeping you going?
I've thought about playing college. I'm not completely sure yet. Some days I wake up and I want to play, and others I just would like to leave, my legacy with Coach Miller and Western Reserve because I think I've had so much success here that I don't really want to try it out somewhere else and it not be the exact same because I know playing at the college level is definitely a lot harder and it's more of like a job than just a fun curricular activity. So I'm not completely sure on that yet, but I'm going to go to college somewhere and go into nursing and get a nursing degree, get my bachelor's in nursing.
Let's go.
First responder. We love it.
Kylie, what drove you towards that career path? Is there anything in your life that kind of made you want to be a nurse?
So I'm going to go into nursing, and then I don't even know how the schooling goes. My mom and me have talked about it so much, but it's kind of a confusing path. I'm going to go in and end up being like a Botox injector. So you have to do like stuff with esthetician and stuff like that. So my mom has a lot of Botox and stuff, but I've also really looked into the side of money because they're making a killing, and I kind of want a job. I wanted to be a chiropractor for the longest time because I want a job where I can have my own schedule and own hours and potentially open like my own business where my hours are my decision. So
don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm telling you right now, you think you're your own boss until you realize you work for everybody instead.
Yeah.
No, that's So chiropractor. So you're leaning back towards nursing and Botox.
Yeah, I was between like originally. So my mom's a physical therapist, so I didn't know if I maybe wanted to continue that trend, but
thanks, Mom.
I decided I was like, I kind of want to step in my own shoes and do my own thing. I don't want to keep continuing on the family,
I mean,
job,
obviously,
so.
I know what a Botox injector does. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody, but for those people who don't, because there's a lot of people that don't know what that is, obviously. What is that?
So you pretty much just stick a needle in their face and,
jeez!
And it gets rid of like the wrinkles or get lip filler. I mean, there's a bunch of different things you can do with it. Yeah.
DJ's not a fan of needles, so you just gave him.
It pretty much just makes you look younger than what
You're
everyone
pretty
really
much
wants.
Freddy Krueger in my book, lady. You are a living nightmare, not just for opposing coaches, but for CEOs of sports streaming companies. I'm not going to lie. I thought that's what it was. I thought I wanted you to clarify, and then here I am. I can't feel my legs right now. So thanks for that, Kylie. Appreciate that. Why in the world would you ever say, I like stabbing people in the face? I get paid a lot to do it. Maybe I just answered my own question. Is that it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my
there you
God,
go.
you're a psychopath.
No, in all seriousness, when you look back at your career as a Western Reserve Blue Devil and you think about all the things you've accomplished, whether it be on the basketball court or outside the court in the classroom, you've accomplished so much. What are going to be some of the things that you're really proud of yourself for being able to do when you graduate? You get that diploma and you think about your career.
Oh, I don't even know where to start with that. I mean, I would just say honestly, just staying committed to my academics, and I think I've really made school so important because of basketball. I think making sure that I'm always on top of things. I also take like a few college classes through Western Reserve, so just I think with that starting like I specifically took the college classes to make sure that I was kind of adapting to that environment at a young age to make sure that when I graduated, I was ready for that. So I would say probably that, just making sure I'm on top of all my schoolwork and kind of rewarding myself with my schoolwork by playing basketball and playing softball and other sports.
Who are some of the people maybe that influenced you? Maybe not to stab somebody in the face, but other ways to be the great young lady that you are here today.
Um, I would definitely say both of my parents. My mom's kind of always my mom wasn't really the athlete of the family, but my mom was the smart. So my mom's always kind of made schoolwork my biggest priority. And my dad was kind of more of the athlete in my family. So my dad's more of like my motivation in basketball and stuff like that, especially with having like an older brother like Luke. He's always really competitive and wants to run his mouth after games. So my dad's kind of there to, calm him down and also keep me a little bit more motivated because sometimes he likes to mess with me.
What's harder, a big test, that maybe you don't feel as prepared for, or don't going down the stretch, you're down by one with the basketball and you have to make a game-winning shot? What's more stressful?
I would say basketball by far, especially at this point, because after our game tonight, it's, you lose, you're done. So,
Right.
At greatest, you have 2 more games left. So I would definitely say
Little-
basketball.
Little one and done action from here on out. Is there a lot of is it pressure or is it a privilege to have that kind of on you and having the opportunity to have the game winning shot, especially because you've got so many stellar other teammates that can do the shooting as well. To have the ball in your hand with the game on the line, do you see that as pressure or privilege?
Honestly, a privilege because if it's to me or Quincy, I think it's a privilege because, I would trust Quincy with the ball any given day, especially like just her ability with the court and everything. And I think it'd be a privilege for me to have the ball because, that's a lot. I think we have a lot of good players on our team. So for me, out of, our really good 7 players, that definitely would be a privilege. A little bit stressful, but I would take it as a privilege.
My last thing for you, since we're talking about game-winning shots, we're talking about stress. Everyone knows how the game ended last time against Middle Ridge. It's the rematch tonight.
Yep.
It's a lot of emotion on that court, a lot of emotion in the stands. It's going to be a packed house, I'm sure, with both schools bringing the energy. What's it feel like tonight going into a game like this where it's going to be electric and every point's going to be kind of that much more important against a team like Middle Ridge?
Every second.
Yep.
Every point, 4
Literally.
seconds.
Yep. I mean, it's still a very stressful game. Obviously, I think a little bit of the stress has been taken off now that we've clinched the league title, but they're one of those teams that through all 4 years that I've played them, they've always brought their best game. And, they definitely have some really good athletes on there that, any given night, it's their night. And, we went and watched them other night and, their 2 players combined for, I want to say at least over 50 points. So, I mean, that's a good team. They're coached very well. I mean, credit where credit's due. They're a really good team. I actually look forward to playing them. Sometimes it's stressful, and obviously playing at their place tonight's going to be a little bit more stress on our end, but I look forward to it. I love the competition. I love playing against a team where it seems like it's back and forth for 32 minutes.
I'm excited. I'm real excited. Now, my last question is kind of a multi-tier question because first off, I have to ask you who came up with the Christmas card that you guys sent over to us because that thing was absolutely rocket ship.
Oh, like the video?
Yes.
That was Coach Miller who actually came up with that. And we were getting ready to film it and he like walked into his office and we're like, where'd he go? And he came out in like an outfit. It was funny, but that was totally all on his end. We were just like, yeah, we'll do it. And so, yeah.
Who put the 0.4 on the scoreboard?
So when I walked in, it was up there, but so I'm not completely sure who put up there. I would assume one of the coaches, but I honestly don't know.
Were there actual 0.4 t-shirts going around after that game?
Yeah, so I believe the Vantage Point made it,
Yep.
made the shirts, and they sold out. So I would assume if you come to the game tonight, you're
You're
gonna see a lot of them.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna. That was my next question.
Yeah,
Are we gonna
those
see those tonight?
yeah, those the kids went crazy over those. That was the next day in school. That was the hype, was around the .4 second shirts that the Vantage Point was selling and ended up selling out of. And yeah.
There's a lot of people, and maybe you'll understand, and maybe you understand it now. Maybe I'm the dumb one that didn't really get it until his 30s, but everybody takes high school sports so serious. But the way that the program, the community embraced that victory, right?
Yeah.
It was so just next level. It was, hey, we won the game. It was, I mean, seemingly every single post, every single, you embraced it, and it was funny, right? Because
Yeah.
instead of taking the villain role and saying, oh, feeling bad about it, you embraced it and you made it fun, and that's what high school sports is all about. Did you feel the same way? Did you like the way that you guys kind of did things a little bit different?
Yeah, obviously winning against Mineral Ridge, that was, something that was awesome. And we had, I don't know how many times I've beat them in high school, but I remember last year, I know we didn't beat them, and I do not think my sophomore year beat them. And it's always just been a big rival, especially between not only the players, but the fans. So, I mean, it's always been like a really chippy and, physical game. So I decided to embrace it. I mean, everyone has their own opinion on how the game ended, and it came on our hands and it was our win. But I decided that why not embrace it, because I think not only did that mentally motivate me, but I think the team as well. I think going into, obviously we had Highland after them and Springfield, which Highland was a great team, and I think we learned a lot from them. But I think going off Mineral Ridge, I think not only did that boost us mentally, but I think we started playing better physically.
I can't appreciate you enough. We are so happy that you came on the show today. We're so proud of you. Obviously, we're fans. What you've been able to do, not just on Friday, but your entire career, you have really laid the foundation for young girls and boys everywhere and how a career should be. So, Kylie Ramsey, we are so appreciative of you. Congratulations on all your success, and we wish you nothing but the best moving forward.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate that.
Always, kiddo. Ladies and gentlemen, from Western Reserve, 1,000-point scorer, Kylie Ramsey. She's unbelievable, man. She's unbelievable. I didn't know how she was going to answer that last question. I wasn't sure if that was like an appropriate question to ask. But you and I have talked about it before, like to be able to embrace that, because it's all about comments and, social media and this, that, and the other thing. It's a new kind of wave of technology. And let's face it, no 14, 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old should ever have to deal with adults crying about what officials did or what coaches did. Like, they're out there playing.
That game brought the teeth and the horns out of people. There is some real mean, nasty stuff that got said about that game. So the fact that Western Reserve was able to kind of shake that and just kind of puff their chest a little bit and say, so what, deal with it, almost like you say, embrace the villain role. Not easy to do when you're seeing, some of the stuff that was thrown out at you from not just other fans, but, everyone around the community that saw that video. There were some horns and some teeth that came out with those social media comments, and to be able to kind of just embrace it and say, you know what, hey, we won. So, deal with it.
And that was kind of the beginning stages, if I recall correctly, of like what we were doing, shifting our highlights, right, to quick hitters.
That one was the first one that went boom, and then 2 weeks later we had the Howland Warren Harding game. It was almost a perfect. As soon as that one started to simmer down a little bit, we have another big buzzer beater that's controversial go right back into its place. So it was perfect timing. It was one of those things that we can't control. We can't write sports. It's not scripted, of course. So it kind of perfect timing for us to be like, hey, here's one highlight, simmers down a little bit. Here's another one that just goes just as much viral as the last.
And this is my sociology and my psychology class paying off that I took one of in college. I would say that Steve Miller, in his brilliance, right? And this is not an exaggeration. This was a brilliant move by a coach. Yeah, you're going to get some feedback. You're going to get a little bit of heat, but it's one of those like WWE things where if you embrace it, that's one less weapon that they have in the arsenal against you. And being able to put that 0.4 on the digital Christmas card, on the video, the shirts that were printed out, the stuff that like, okay, it's okay to be the bad guy sometimes. They got the win. Let's enjoy it. People are going to remember that game for the rest of their lives. Anybody that was in that gym will be talking about it 10, 20, 30 years from now. When they get back together and they say, look at all the great – we were 20 – correct me if I'm wrong. The greatest record-wise team this year ever at Western Reserve basketball, this particular program, this particular team. They announced something – I didn't hear it. It was kind of choppy in that gym, but they announced something of the kind in that gym after they got their 20th win, obviously on Friday. So, I mean, you think about all the great teams that came through Western Reserve over the last just few years. Let's just chop it there. Boy, Ant, that's pretty successful. A group that I would imagine stays together for the long term, for a long, long time to come. That's what they're gonna whatever they do here, barring a state championship, which is a possibility.
Absolutely.
The game that they're going to talk about is that game. It's that game. And I would imagine someone's going to keep one of those 0.4 t-shirts and give it to their kids someday and be like, you need to go watch this on YSN. Because, I mean, it's the only way you're going to get it, number one. But also, holy cow. Like, the atmosphere, the electricity, and the fallout from it for weeks, as you alluded to. My goodness. It's one of those things when if somebody's making fun of you at school when you're young, use it against yourself, and that takes away a weapon. And they did it. Chef's kiss. Better than anybody I've ever seen in high school.
And what I like about it is now it's the Middle Ridge has a chance to kind of this night get back, right? So you play each other twice. So as much as that one hurt, now Middle Ridge gets a chance to be, hey, you got to embrace it. Now we get to embrace it a little bit. We get to give you, if they win, we get to give you a loss before you get into the tournament. We get to kind of end your season on a sour note if we can come out with a win at home. So what great thing about sports is, especially with the big rivals, they're usually in your conference. So the first time doesn't go your way, you usually have a chance to kind of have that counterpunch the second time you play.
And that's the fun part, right? Because now Ridge has a chip on their shoulder because they lost the game. Right. We're going to make sure it doesn't come down to 0.4 seconds this time. Then you got Reserve that says, neither are we.
Right.
Who has the call tonight? Is it Sean?
I got you. On the call.
Oh, boy.
Sean set a NE8 championship matchup between Poland and Girard. That's going to be a good one. We have MVAC championship tonight between LeBray and Crestview that Austin Rose going to be on the call for.
You trying to tell me it's championship night on YSN?
Championship night on YSN, man. We got it. We got an unlock.
I would like to bring out the championship belt, but it has been stolen. I know who has it, and he better bring it back. There's a real situation here developing. We'll let the other stuff die down, but if that
you get one of those ransom notes with like the magazine letters cut out. If you ever want to see this belt again,
given the way that what's in the news right now, I'm trying to avoid that, Anthony. I'm trying to avoid that because there's some serious stuff going on in the news. But I will tell you this: if you are out there and you have that championship belt and you can hear the sound of my voice, I have a specific set of skills, and I will find you, and you won't like it. Bring it back unharmed, polished, shined, and right back there where it was, minding its own business, and everything's going to be okay. Come back home, championship belt.
Come back home.
Come on, Big Red. Who do we have? Let's kind of preview the rest of the week because we started off with a bang. with Kylie Ramsey, 1,000-point
Right.
scorer. Who else do we have the rest of the week there?
So Wednesday, on Wrestling Wednesday, we're going to have a big dog winner from, I believe, 2 weeks ago. Or actually, we haven't announced this week, so it's the last one that was announced. Isabella Williams, from Brookfield, will be joining us
Easy for
on
you to
Wrestling
say.
Wednesday for Brookfield. Then on Thursday, we have Gannon Force from Lordstown, who hopefully he's 23 points away. He's going into a game on Tuesday. So hopefully maybe it lines up where he can have a big night on Tuesday and we can talk to him on Thursday about being 1,000-point scorer for Lordstown. So that'll be a fun one on Thursday.
And you have that game?
I don't have the Tuesday game, no.
You had him
I had him on Friday against
Okay.
Maplewood, yeah.
But I do believe we have that game covered. So I'm excited.
I think Sean Elwood's going to be there. He'll
Of course,
definitely
he is.
be there he'll definitely be there on Thursday when they play. And they're gonna. I think it's senior night, so they'll be, recognizing him if he does get to the 1,000 points before then on that night, because they're on the road, I believe, on Tuesday. So no matter what, if it happens on Tuesday, they're gonna celebrate on Thursday, and then if it has to happen on Thursday, they'll obviously celebrate on Thursday too. So
Big game Elwood, man.
he's
Dude is everywhere. I mean, he's just in every call is so. Hey, Sean, to you, buddy.
Dude.
Incredible. And I think the best is yet to come. I mean, you talk about what he's been able to do on the basketball floor. Word on the street is he's coming back for baseball and softball. Oh!
And if he keeps on the Niles train, he's at one of the best places to call games in Waddell Park, which is a great facility for baseball and softball. And he won't have a lot of rainouts because they have that nice turf facility down there in Niles. So I think he'll have a fun spring if he stays with the Dragons.
I think Sean has fun no matter what he does.
I know, you're right.
He's a big-time, prime-time player here at YSN. He shows it every single night. So when you see Sean Elwood show up, you know you're in for a big game. You know you're in for an electric atmosphere and a call that will rival any in the history of sports entertainment. I can tell you that. So I'm excited for that. Hey, Sean, atta baby. You don't get many of them. Atta baby, Sean. We don't have an interview for tomorrow?
No, because I didn't.
Did you start the show with we have one every day?
I thought I was assuming Greg was going to be on, but I forgot Greg is leaving for vacation tomorrow morning, so we will not have McAfee.
You don't want to have somebody rob his house or something, man.
Oh yeah, you're right.
This way, hey, Greg, it's on Anthony.
You don't know when he's leaving, and you don't know what kind of dogs he's leaving behind. So
hopefully
good luck
none.
With that. Some Rottweilers that'll protect his house.
And somebody's coming over to feed those dogs, just so
Yes.
you know. So there's going to be lots of people in that house, like Home Alone.
Feed them just enough that they'll still be hungry enough to bite you if you sneak up on their property. Because nothing's hungrier than a junkyard dog, man.
JYD. Wow. If you can't see through the lies in those, that was unbelievable. Anthony, you're the best, says Mike Caps.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate
you getting love. Look at you getting love. Don't worry about it, Sean. Hey, you do the work, man. We're just here to point at you and say, that's the guy. That's the guy. And then, of course, you have, oh, boy, hey. Keep on pace with YSN today because we got some news coming out.
Sorry, Greg. I don't know if that means that Rob's going to go rob Greg or...
It's a long way from Louisville to Boardman, but I'll tell you this. It's worth it for the haul that Rob's about to get.
He's going to speed that truck out of the driveway like he did out of Niles. Sweeping between buses.
No, I forget that. That was his little white car, his white SUV. I don't think he has it anymore. I think Rob had to get. Rob had a real tough week. Tough week with like his cars and his daughter's car. God bless you. God bless you, Rob. I think that thing's dead. Hey, moment
of silence for the white
Rob's
SUV.
White car. You were a great car.
So many
Howland, you hopped the curb and drove right next to the school, around buses.
But you got him out of there.
You got him out of there. And you didn't care what was legal and what wasn't. You still don't much care about what's legal and what isn't. You were like Knight Rider, pretty much. Rob was just Michael Knight, and you were Kit. Except way more like if Michael Knight was 50.
And not
And
David
Kit-
Hasselhoff.
I mean, if you squint really hard. Hey, if you squint really hard, Rob kind of looks like David Hasselhoff. But yeah, back to our moment of silence. Wait, I forget what kind of car it was. I think it was a Ford.
Hopefully not a Bronco.
No,
We
that
don't
would
like
have got Rob out of there. No problem. God bless you. We hope that you're in some junkyard somewhere, just reminiscing on the good times of hopping curbs and driving to Louisville games and state championships. God bless you, White Car. Amen. Better place. Car's in a better place, Ant.
All cars go to heaven.
I don't know about that. I have a couple cars that probably should be straight to hell. Starting with my gold Bonneville. I hope that thing's rotten in hell somewhere. I'll shoot you straight. I'll shoot you straight. That's how it is. The Geo Tracker, the 94 Geo Tracker, my first car, that thing's got angel's wings. There's no doubt about it. Jesus himself might be driving that Geo Tracker at this point.
He comes back in a 94.
In heaven. Like,
I knew it.
in case he needs 4-wheel drive. And hey, it's all business, but it's got a little party because you can turn that convertible top down a little bit. You can party like the best of them. But if I had to guess, when Jesus comes back, he'll be in a 94 Geo Tracker. just letting it be known. So if you see one out there, make sure you do double take. It might be the greatest and most perfect human to ever exist.
Let me
Can you imagine?
Good
Can
old
you
JC.
Can you imagine? JC and a Geo. And instead of Yoakley on the front, he'll have Christ right on the front. Just he wants
On the
you.
sides, it says the 4 Horsemen because that's what he comes riding in. This is the 4 Horsemen Geo Tracker.
Geo is like a mullet. I guess I can see that. Yeah, there's party front or business in front, party in the back.
front.
And I'll tell you what, if you can't afford a Jeep, Geo Tracker was the way to go. In case airbags didn't always deploy, but not safety. But if you're looking to be cool, Geo Tracker, 94 white Geo Tracker, sky blue top. Let it fly, baby.
Let it fly.
Let it fly. And that was the 4-wheel that you had to get out and like unlock the wheels. Like if you wanted to be in 4-wheel, you had to get out. Like, so if it was snowing when you needed 4-wheel, you're getting out and you're like unlocking the back wheels. So that way you have 4-wheel drive. So there was real no benefit to having this Geo Tracker other than you knew it was me.
Right. That's got to be Yoakley.
Well, and in case you didn't, I put a big Yoakley with a bulldog right on the front of my windshield. So, it was dead to rights. You knew who was coming. You also knew who to put Vaseline on the door handles, apparently, because that happened a few times. Speaking of baseball, softball, Anthony, make sure you have February 27th through March 1st down on your schedule. I'm not exactly
sure
sure
that's
what that
when
means.
Notre Dame baseball plays Georgia Tech. We're coming for him. We got Drew Burris coming back for his junior season. Gonna be fun. Gonna be a fun season on the diamond for the Yellow Jackets. New coach for the first time since 1996, 95. Danny Hall, good retirement. Kent State dude. Local ties, Danny Hall. Congratulations on a great career.
This is riveting.
I don't know. Sean brought it up. Blame Sean.
We're going to put Sean on a different game.
So, Sean, you get
Sean and I are going to switch games tonight.
you get the 7th grade matchup between Gerard and Poland.
Oh, let's wrap this baby up. No sense in wasting everybody's time like we've done for the last 10 minutes. Kylie Ramsey came, she stole the show, and she went on about her day. We're just two idiots that are trying to keep this going. Let's do the Joe Dickey What's Your Spark? Presented by Joe Dickey Electric. They are everything electrical, and just like YSN, they're here for you 24/7, 365 at DickeyElectric.com. I didn't get to roll out the red carpet for you today with all the great intros.
Oh, yeah.
What's your spark, pal?
My spark today, well, NFL football season's over. It was a great football season. A lot of fun stuff. Super Bowl, I give it a grade of B- when I'm watching the game because I do like defense, and it was one of those games where even though it wasn't high scoring, you could tell it was because both defenses were good, not because the offenses were just not showing up to play. I think you could pretty much tell that both defenses brought their A game in this game, which is fun. It wasn't like fumbles and interceptions galore and just what was he doing there? Like it was good solid defense, which was fun. Congrats to the Seahawks and Mike Swinehart. Got to be doing some extra dancing today. Swiney, we hope you're enjoying it. And yeah, what a great football season. If you're a fan of the UFL coming up soon, I think March is when it starts. If I'm not mistaken. If you're not, then football season is over until August.
Who do you think you were talking to right there when you talked about if you're a fan of the UFL? Have you ever seen like a legitimate fan?
No.
Neither have I.
Not. I was just hoping maybe there's one of our 28 viewers out there that
if the UFL has hard times finding fans, you think they're going to be amongst the 28 people watching this diabolical program right now?
Probably not.
I'm gonna go with no, Ant. I'm gonna go with no. That's a Ronnie statement right there. That's a big Ron statement. I am also I'll hop on that train and I will say that the Super Bowl was absolutely, as a football fan, it was bad. It was absolutely dog excrement until the last 5-6 minutes, and it was like, oh, you know what? If we start playing some offense, and I get it, defense. Mike Tirico, I will double up this spark. Mike Tirico is the GOAT.
Oh yeah,
hands down, no arguments. I don't care how you feel about Chris Collinsworth. Mike Tirico carried that broadcast from pillar to post. I watched.
Because Collinsworth, like he lost what to say. Like he there was one where I think he literally said, "I have nothing for you," when they showed the replay.
The pick.
Yeah, he's like, "I have nothing for you."
Well, I think
Mike Tirico's like, "What do I do now?"
Dynamite dropping. Now here's a guy that throws the ball up where none of his receivers are. I mean, Patrick Mahomes wouldn't do that.
Would never.
I mean,
a little Mahomie there.
I like Chris Collinsworth, but last night it was, and I can say this, being critical because everybody's critical of our announcing.
Yeah,
wasn't his A game.
Mm-mm.
I don't know if he just felt too much pressure. Like it felt like he was trying to get to. And you know what else kind of drove me nuts? How many times do we see these or hear these officials, during the game? And I understand it was a clean game up until like 2 minutes left in the first half. But I'm trying Terry, whatever his name was the guy on the call. I
never heard him. I just heard Mike Tirico say he agrees with you.
Yes, that's exactly what that's the path that I was going down. I don't understand why you just don't let him talk, because Collinsworth did it a couple times too.
Right.
He's like, I never agrees with me, Patrick Mahomes. Like it's just, and I was like, well, let him talk. Let him. He's the expert, and Mike Tirico did an excellent job. It just felt like Collinsworth was on a word count, and he had to be this many words or else he wasn't going to get paid.
Mhm.
And it was like, that's not how this works. And Mike Tirico, by the way, shooting off into the night sky on his way to Milan, Italy.
He had to do the primetime NBC from the field after the Super Bowl. And then right after he got done with that, he has to go take a flight to Italy to do the rest of the Olympics. So Mike Tirico, man, that's a real one.
Because he's doing basketball. He's their main announcer for basketball. He's obviously Sunday Night Football.
He
The
does
Super
their
Bowl,
Notre
his
Dame
first ever
broadcast,
Super Bowl.
Sean.
Dude, quit riding the Notre Dame jock right now. Stop it. And then on top of that, he's doing the Olympics, which obviously with what's going on with Savannah Guthrie and he is pretty much flying solo over there, except for, I don't know if you've discovered this quite yet, the Gold Zone.
The Gold Zone is fun.
Figure this out?
Yeah.
You jump on Peacock and you click on the Gold Zone, and it's like NFL Red Zone, but for the Olympics. It is magic. You will see things you never would have seen otherwise.
Right.
It just Scott Hansen's doing it, and I can't remember the announcer for the Browns. I play for the Browns now. He was a Red Zone guy for a while. He's got the big ears. I hate to say that. He's the big ears. Andrew something, I'm pretty sure. I mean, Mike Tirico, anytime moving forward, anybody asks me who the best announcer is of all time, it is going to be Mike Tirico. And he deserves it. Handles himself the way he never makes it about one thing or the other. It's never about race, religion, creed. It's about the enthusiasm for the game. And that's what it should always be about. It shouldn't matter. Any of that other stuff should not matter. It should be about he's a fan. And what's the first thing we teach here, Ian? Not that we're right.
Be a fan.
Be a fan. And
Be a fan.
when he said, I was like, we're doing it right. We're doing it right. Not that we're Mike Tirico, but we're like super doing it right. Like kind of trying to be like Mike Tirico, but way, way, way far away. You imagine if there was like an Olympics and we had to do it? I feel so bad for those athletes.
I call curling. I'll be on the curling.
Only girls curling because you couldn't see the boys miraculously.
Yeah. The boys are too far away. They're used in stones that are smaller. Boys have smaller stones.
No, they don't. No, they don't. That's it. That's the cutoff. That's going to do it for our show today. Anthony, once again, getting us butted up against the FCC. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today. We promise. Oh, you going to be all right? You going to be better tomorrow? You going to be alive tomorrow? He's dead. I'll be better tomorrow, and hopefully Anthony's somewhere around to be seen. Oh, great.
No.
You unmuted just in time to cough right into the microphone. Super job. This is why we suck. This is why this show is absolutely terrible. We are so apologetic. Crash. We're sorry. This show stinks. We'll see you tomorrow live from noon right here on your sports network. Anthony, may the sports be with you, I think.
And you, my friend.
YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of Your Sports Network. For stories, stats, and more, go to ysnlive.com.